JOG's 120-mile race to St Peter Port got underway on Friday evening in a pleasant northwesterly and a summer evening's sunshine. Class 5 were first away on the reach down the Solent, with the tide helping them on their way. There were 18 starters in this class, and they were shown the way by Gunshot, which finished in just under 14 hours and also took the handicap win by 10 minutes. Sarifa was second on the water and on handicap, while Imperator finished third on the water but dropped to fourth on handicap behind Buck's Eagle, which took the third spot. The 10 starters in Class 4 were next away. Shades of Blue led this fleet into St Peter Port after 12 3/4 hours of racing and took the handicap win. Long Pierre was second across the finishing line 13 minutes later, and she took second place on handicap. With Alacrity finished third on the water and on corrected time. There were 13 starters in Class 3, and they were led into St Peter Port by Vespucci's Black Sheep, but she dropped to third on handicap. Floating Boater finished second, but they dropped to seventh on corrected time. Scarlet Oyster finished third on the water, and she took the handicap win by just 50 seconds from J Fever in second. Rourke's race to Dieppe got away to the east off the squadron line on Saturday morning. It was a poor turnout with only 22 starters, in contrast to JOG's race the previous evening, which mustered 31 boats. The small fleet started together in a light northwesterly with the tide fairly slack, but about to turn to help them to the forts. Nicholas Zenstrom's TP52 Ran was the sole entrant in Super Zero, and unsurprisingly she led the fleet into Dieppe after 10 hours for the 100-mile race, but she also took a resounding win on handicap. Michael Boyd and Niall Dowling's Slingshot in Class 2 finished second on the water, almost 5 hours behind Ran, but dropped to third on corrected time. Slingshot also won the two-handed prize. Noel Racine's Foggy Dew, also in Class 2, finished fourth on the water, but took second on handicap, 1 hour and 19 minutes astern of Ran on corrected time. Patrick Besancon's Lace was the top Class 3 boat, finishing fourth overall, while Gordon Cossar's Highland Daughter won Class 1, but was only 10th overall. Ian Lang's Swan 53 Sassenach was the first Class 0 boat, but she finished 17th overall. A mixed bag of 37 powerboats arrived in Cowes Yacht Haven on Friday, ready to contest the return of a Cowes-Torquay-Cowes race. The race had been announced by the Powerboat P1 organisation to replace the British Powerboat P1 Grand Prix, which had been held in Cowes for the past 2 years. But just 3 weeks before the event, the organisers cancelled the race, saying they didn't have enough entries. In stepped Mike Lloyd and the team which had organised the Round Britain race earlier this summer, and the race was back on. Unfortunately, the race didn't start from Cowes, with the start line set outside the Solent to the northwest of Hurst Castle. And although it finished off Egypt Point just to the west of Cowes, there was little opportunity for spectators to see any action. Filming it wasn't helped either by the organisers starting the race 35 minutes before the scheduled time. At the finish, only 4 seconds separated Fabio Buzzi's red FPT from Mario Invernici's Silicon Fire, after 2 hours, 18 minutes and 9 seconds of racing at an average speed of 91.01 miles per hour for the 184-mile course. If the race returns next year, we hope the organisers can make it more of a spectator and media-friendly event, otherwise it is in danger of being of interest only to the competitors. Sunday saw the handover of the Olympic flag from Beijing to London, and it was celebrated here on the island thanks to the Island Youth Water Sports Activity Centre's yacht Paddywhack, which took some talented young island sailors out to the Needles, where they hoisted a spinnaker carrying the London 2012 logo. Paddy Wack then sailed back to Cowes to be greeted by council leaders and an enthusiastic percussion band before the celebration was completed by the hoisting of the 2012 flag on Trinity Landing.
Well, that's it for this week. Join us next week for news from the Etchells Bedrock Trophy Regatta and Worlds Qualifier and the next round of the Cowes Keelboat Solent Series. See you then.